I've always been fascinated with different avenues that actors can work on. Now, cruise ship performing. Now, that's something that you went after, right?
Yeah. It was not my idea. It was my friend Stephen Schachter. He thought cruise ships were big. This is back in 1970. We'll do plays on cruise ships. I thought, hey, fine. At one point he said, you know, on airplanes, I said, okay, that's enough. We can't do plays on airplanes. But yeah, there was this whole movement when I first got into the business of street theater. Let's go to shopping malls. And boy, we got out of that quick.
You know, a lot of actors do TV commercials at some point in their career. I mean, you know, great way to pay the rent and all that. Now, didn't you, weren't you work on some kind of women's product commercial?
I was the voice of Secret deodorant for a long time. I said Secret's strong enough for a man but made for a woman. A bunch of voiceovers, some on camera.
Now, the question is about the moments when actors rebel, when they say, you know, I just can't take this anymore. The time that you went in for your Ring Around the Collar TV commercial, now, what exactly happened during that audition that kind of set you off?
It was completely my fault. I was totally unreasonable. I'd had a rough week, and it was the end of a rough Friday. And it was Ring Around the Collar, for crying out loud. And this poor young woman who was an intern from college started explaining the copy to me, why I should be upset with my wife that there was a ring around my collar. And I just cut her off and I said, look, this has been on the air for 25 years. It was written by a 10-year-old for a 10-year-old. Do you really think you have to explain the copy to me? That was the end of my commercial career, as a matter of fact.
Now, when you first started getting recognized on the street and those type of things, weren't you getting fitted for a coat one time when you had a...
Yeah, the guy fitted me and he said, thank you so much for all the entertainment. And when my wife went to pick up the coat, it said David Caruso on the ticket.
Okay. Well, have you ever been on an airplane where one of your movies has been in, and what happened?
I went to the bathroom 14 times. Not one person realized that I was the guy on the screen. I kept going to the bathroom. No one noticed. It happened, you know, you want to know about fame. I went to a movie theater. We were going to see a film, and next door was a film that I was in. And I said, oh, man. They said, what? And I said, look what's playing. I mean, when I come out, I'm going to get mobbed. And they said, that's all right. I thought, I wish I had dark glasses and a hat. We go to see the movie. I come back out. It's letting out. My movie's letting out. They walk right past me. I'm standing there going, what the hell is your problem? Who do you think I am? I stood there. Not one person gave me a second notice. That's fame.
I'm just curious, how are you handling the whole fame thing right now? And do you think if you would be like in your 20s right now, that would be a lot more difficult to cope with?
My heart goes out to these kids who are 20 years old and find themselves making $1 million a picture and on the cover of Time magazine. And those who survive it, I think it's a testament to their parents and to their inner character, because it is completely seductive. I mean, if you get to be a big fat movie star, no one will say no to you. I mean, no matter how wretched your behavior becomes, no one will stand up to you. And when you're 20 years old, you just fly off. I would have flown apart at the seams. It's rough enough being 30 as I am, dealing with all this fame.
Well, now, being recognized, now people, of course, know your name after the Oscars and all that. The first time you walked into a swarm of people wanting your autograph, how disconcerting for you?
It is odd. I don't understand autographs, first of all. What do they do with them? Where do they live? Do people have my name in a frame up on the... But, you know, I act for people, and whatever I can do to... I'm very grateful, so I sign autographs.
The last question about the Oscars. I've always been interested in the weird aspects of the Oscar ceremonies. When you go to the restroom at the Oscars, what are people talking about in that area of the building?
Oh, I don't know, but the thing I remember was that Lauren Bacall sat behind me, and my category was over first, and she was hysterical. She was commenting on everyone, all the women, all the men, about the toupees and the bodies and stuff like that. She was a stitch. I love that woman. What a wit.